Nikki Haley right now because things are getting a little testy. I mean, she went on to Fox and Friends, and they're kind of like, what are you doing still in the race? By the way, what's going on with Fox? Anybody think it's sort of strange that all of a sudden they're like, rah, 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 Trump? I mean, they're out there on the campaign trail with him. You got Brett Baer doing all these interviews. They got town halls. You got, what's his name from Fox and Friends getting a whole tour of the plane? I thought they didn't like Trump. Like, is this just, this is which way the wind is blowing? In other words, the handwriting's on the wall, so Fox needs to get along with him, go along, get along kind of thing. I mean, very interesting because he was persona non grata. It was very clear they were pushing Nikki Haley. And now all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Trump is relevant. Anyway, now they're pushing Nikki Haley saying, hey, what are you doing? Still in the race. And she's like, come on, people. I want you to see this because it gets a little bit uncomfortable. She's on the couch there with the anchors in New Hampshire. And she kind of at some point lets them have it. Watch.
The facts are that Donald Trump beat you by 30 points in Iowa. Now in New Hampshire, the facts are that you were down in the polls. These are the polls. We know polls can be wrong. If you don't win today, do you go on to South Carolina? And I'm from South Carolina, and we love you there. We love Tim Scott there, but Donald Trump is also loved there. You don't want to go into your state and lose that state if you stay in the race, because we'd love to see you in some other capacity down the road. What is your response to that? Do you get out if you lose today?
No, I don't get out if I lose today. I mean, first of all, again, I'm going to say this. We've had 56,000 people vote for Donald Trump, and you're going to say that's what the country wants? That's not what the country wants. We're going to have New Hampshire vote today. They deserve to have the power of their voice said. I have won South Carolina twice.
Not against Donald Trump, but that's neither here nor there. Look, you know what? She's giving it the old college try. I just don't. I mean, hey, I want to be careful about this because the bottom line is you just got to get out there and vote. And, we'll dissect it day after. I mean, the polls are definitely not necessarily indicative of a big win for Nikki Haley. In fact, they're showing quite the opposite. But it's really important that everybody get out there, say their piece, so to speak, get to the polls, and we'll see how it all shakes out, right? And that's when you can kind of do that analysis after the fact. I hate to do that right now because people are still going. They're going to be getting out of work. They need to go and vote in New Hampshire. But very interesting when you see that dynamic. At some point, she kind of looked at them and was like, would you guys stop over on Fox? Would you just stop like coronating Donald Trump? Again, weird, right? Because they used to hate Trump. Now they're like best buds suddenly. So she's like, really? Do you have to do that? And one of the guys picks up on it and he kind of challenges her on it. So again, it gets a little bit uncomfortable. Watch.
I'm going to fight no matter what. I don't care how much y'all want to coronate Donald Trump. At the end of the day, that's not what Americans want. Americans want a choice, and we're going to give them that choice.
You keep saying coronate, lie, not tell the truth. What do you say on the couch? I'm really wondering why you think we're the enemy.
Because I've looked at the media. Look at the media saying, oh, this is Donald Trump's to have. Look at the political class all coalescing and saying everybody needs to get out. That's not democracy. That's not who we are. Who we are is, when have we ever had down to two people in New Hampshire and you say, oh, it's over? We don't do that. South Carolina is an amazing state when it comes to picking president.
3 states really could choose an election for the entire country?
I mean, it's a beautiful thing. It's what we go through. And at the end of the day, it's the fact that you don't do this for any reason outside of you love your country. I'm doing.
Well, you know what? In fairness to her, she did a nice job with that. And you need to love your country a whole lot to do this and to put yourself and your family through this. That I will say. And let me just say, it's easier for some people than it is for others. I mean, look at what Trump is going through. Look at all of these lawsuits, one after another. And it's amazing he can even be in New Hampshire today because the judge yesterday in the Jean Carroll case was talking about having him show backup in court. It's like, come on, guys, enough already. They're coming at him every which way to Sunday with multiple lawsuits. It's actually even hard to keep track of, let's be honest, right? A little hard to keep track of all these lawsuits. And so you give up a lot when you go into politics. It's amazing that anybody ever wants to do this. I got to say, maybe there's some financial payoff in it somewhere, somehow, for some people. That's what the cynics say. About Joe and Hunter Biden, anyway. We'll leave those allegations for another day. I'm still waiting for more information.